I have a fixed snowball amount of about $800 right now. So $800 a month goes to the snowball. If I pay something off, that doesn't necessarily mean that whatever that payment was now goes into the snowball. That's not what I do. If I have a bill that is, in fact, I have something similar now, where it's close to like $2,000, then that month I will eat beans and rice and beans. I may not go out, I may not do a lot of things so that I can pay off that last little bit of whatever, and that's probably happened twice. And it's gonna happen a third time this month because I have a similar situation where it's like $2,000 and I just want it to be over. So I'll whack-a-mole some things, which means moving from different other budget categories, just so I can pay it off. And that'll probably be my last snowball bill that I'll pay off this year. But yeah, and then the next month it'll probably be $800 and I'll leave it at $800, and that's what it'll be until it gets kind of low and I can blow it out with one payment. I opened a Roth IRA. So logical thinking is you have this debt, you're paying all these high interest rates. Why are you going to pay for retirement when you should be digging yourself out of debt? Then once you dig yourself out of debt, you can play catch up. I think my issue with that is it's potentially 2 years before I'm completely Dave Ramsey, quote unquote, debt free, except for my house. That's a lot of compound interest, even if I play catch up that I feel like I'm missing. I'm sure somebody can do the numbers, and I think there is a video where somebody does the numbers and like, it doesn't really make a difference. You need to do the debt because you're gonna have all this extra money. I made the choice to just go ahead and open it. That was based on some of the money that I got back from my taxes, and I opened the account. I don't contribute to it regularly, depending on what I'm doing with my my snowball that month, but it's opened, and I just wanted to be open and honest. The next thing is I have opened other credit cards. So part of getting my head out of the sand and being more responsible was paying attention to my credit cards. So a couple of things have happened. I had a very high interest card with an annual fee and a monthly fee that I got when my credit score was in the trash. And I realized I'm paying $6 a month just to have the card with no balance. And then every year I've got to pay you, I think it was $72 or something in addition to that. So I think the total was $124, no cash back, no points, no benefits. It didn't give me a free priority pass. It didn't give me free anything. It just basically, here, take your money, and because we're your oldest account, you shouldn't close us out. And I feel like I shouldn't be held hostage by cards or money or anything else. So I closed it. In addition to that, I opened a card for a 0% interest. And then didn't use it because I kind of felt like I'd rather stick to my snowball and just pay down on my debt. But looking at my utilization, once I paid down a lot of cards and I opened up some cards, my utilization went from 40% to 16%, which jumped my credit score 40 points. The rule that I have for credit cards, though, is I pay them off weekly, and I usually only use one card at a time, and I pay them down. The other side is I like to travel, and I've kind of gotten into travel hacking. And again, people are going to be like, well, you went to debt. And I think you can get into debt and get out of debt and not go back. And I think for me, this time around is different because I actually have a method to keep myself financially in control and know what I'm doing. So this is a lot better than any other time that I've tried to do this. And I have high hopes that everything will be okay. And if it's not, then I'll deal with it. But I am okay with what I'm doing. Short story. That was a long story to tell the short story. I still traveled. Again, if you follow Dave Ramsey and maybe some other people, they're like, until you get out of debt, you don't deserve to go out. You don't deserve to travel. You don't do anything. I had a trip planned to Europe. And then I also went away to another trip in August. The first trip wasn't exactly budgeted for, but it was pre-debt-free journey. So I'm okay with that. The second trip was completely planned for, from the hotel, the airline, eating out, spending money, all of that was budgeted for. So when I came back, I might have put $2,000 on a card, and it was paid for when I paid for, all those charges were paid for when I got back home. And I was actually pretty proud of myself with that. There were some bumps because I incurred more costs than I thought that I would, but even still, card is paid off, life is awesome, go team. And that's just how I'm working right now.